How was it, fighting the spindling? I can't imagine the fear you had to face, and somewhere so far from home. Yes, you did, but defeated it at what cost? It's not fine. You were almost killed. I'll have Brelvik check on the wound every morning and evening. Well, I will, and you will have no say in it. The Shiketi I trust with wounds. They train for that their whole lives, and it's what they're known for. But Zaros? As far as I'm aware, he has no qualifications for curing. The first hours are the most crucial, so it probably still hurts because of his poor job. I suppose. He did keep you alive, and I will thank him for that. But if what the Chief Curer said is right, then the advantage you had won't help you. I've heard the next trial is soon. I have a feeling that it's the trial of combat. I don't know for certain, but I'll try to postpone it for as long as I can, or swap it for the next trial if one is planned. If there isn't, then... I don't know. The best case scenario was a year of healing, and that's without straining it. Perhaps you should see Halamar. I'll talk to him about your wound. Maybe he has some methods or stretches that could help. And while you rest, Zaros is preparing. As a mother, I expect you to look after yourself. As the Eminence, I expect you to fight, and I will fight for you as well. If they decide on combat, knowing that you're injured, then they automatically give Zaros the advantage. If your wound doesn't heal, I'll do whatever I need to. It's been over a month since it happened, and you're still in pain. You cannot fight as you are. It doesn't matter if you're better than him. It takes one wrong move, or one calculated strike by him. He knows where to hurt you. How are you so sure he wouldn't? Because he's done it before, hasn't he? I know you haven't forgotten. Yes, the letter. He showed himself for what he is. A leech who only befriended you to climb higher. Have you forgiven him for what he did to you? Neither have I. He might have changed, or he's better at hiding himself and still knows exactly what to say to you to change your mind. The Atha'lins are small in numbers compared to us, but they aren't stupid. The people of Sarula are behind them. They've always been behind them. What I mean is, they weren't born into nobility like we are. They don't understand our courtesies, and they don't play by our rules. Zaros is sharp, and Nira even more so. I wish I could watch over you, to guide or warn you, but keep your eye on him. Listen to what he says, and don't let him persuade you of anything. What in the world happened on that trip for you to defend him so much? Before the trials, you were seething that you had to exchange even the simplest pleasantries. And what did you discover about him while spending time together? Zaros is the type of man to show his capabilities. It makes you trust him and question him less on other subjects. Like manipulating you. And that's exactly the type of answer he wants. You never see the manipulation until it's too late. You've been away from the capital for so long. Away from me. That's more than enough time for him to sway you. No, I don't think that. You have a skeptical mind, so you won't easily give in to such pressures, but we both know how cunning he can be. My love, I know how strong you are, what you are capable of. But the trials will come to an end sooner than late. We must ensure they call for you. We have governed this country for many centuries. We are one of the oldest lines, and our name was known since the beginning of Cerula. I cannot allow the newest noble line to tarnish our name further, so... The act of challenging the ruling line, that's when. That alone questions our validity. It makes people wonder whether it should be debated to begin with, because the Atha'lins are not happy with our rule. Because they think they know better. So I will do what I can for you. I didn't say anything about breaking rules, but I'll work within my parameters, as I have been.
Oh, Your Eminence.
Sal, Zaros.
I can come back later.
It's fine. I was just leaving. Come in. I didn't have an opportunity before, but thank you for saving their life. They mean the world to me.
There's no need to thank me, Your Eminence. I did what I could in the moment.
Still, it must have been terrifying for you. They were telling me about it.
Yes. It was not what I had expected. I only heard of spindlings and their devastation, but to see one in action, I won't ever forget it. The Earis fought bravely.
I'm pleased to hear. I'm just glad they returned in one piece. That both of you did. From what I know, the ones who fight spindlings don't live to tell the story.
Yes, I was lucky they were there.
Well, I'll leave you both to it.
Thank you, Your Eminence. How is your wound? What did the chief cure say? What? A year? Is it the depth? It didn't hit anything crucial. Shiketi said that. But a year to heal is... And I assume that's without aggravating it. I'm glad. I don't know what would have happened if we didn't go to the realm. With what Shiketi had, and the way he treated you, it was probably the best you could hope for, given the circumstances. Yes, I just wanted to see how you were doing. If you needed help with anything. Thought as much. I think you've had all the help from me you can stomach over the past month. Oh? And what good moments did you have? I'll admit, I did struggle in the beginning, but I think I got quite the workout lugging you around everywhere. No, I don't think I'll be as strong as you. That would require huge amounts of effort on my part, and I'd rather that time be used for something else. Books, probably. You can never know enough. I'd say I'm well-traveled, and even around Cerula, I've been to many places. And there's something rewarding about knowing locations deeper than its surface. Finrun, for example. Do you remember where we celebrated Braxix's Day on the way back, in that field? Apparently, when Cerula was first forming, people were used as fertilizer before it was outlawed. You'd never know because of how they prepared the bodies, but it adds another layer to everywhere I go. But what we've been through, what we've had to face, it was a stark realization that I wasn't equipped enough. It doesn't matter. I would have known if I had taken the time to understand more about the area. I learnt about the flora in the area, and I glossed over the beasts. I do partially blame myself. I was the one who wanted to go off-road, and it was strictly against Sorna Beedra's orders. I wasn't thinking about what we would find. I should have been more cautious. I know Aderon was saved because of it. But still, I replay that day in my mind, wondering if there was a better way. True. The fact that you're alive and walking is probably the best we could hope for. May I? How do you feel being back at the palace? What do you mean you don't know? Well, the journey we had was quite nice, wasn't it? But you travel for the annual blessings and whatnot. You've been to many cities in Cerula, and some across Eriand in general. Don't you feel the same then? Ah. And during those duties, you never had the chance to experience the cities you were in. If it was anything like our escort to Nivrud, then I understand. We were trapped in a carriage the whole way there, only stopping out of necessity. And once we arrived, we were trapped again, only our rooms had a better view. I understand why it's like that, though. You're the Earis, and for the Ascension, the only living child of the Eminence. I suppose all cities must take precautions, and the guards know what's at stake. Their heads. And look what happened when the guards weren't there. You were almost killed. Really? I thought you hated it when it was just you and I. I see that. You had no one to appease, no one to follow other than yourself. It must have been odd to handle the carriage on your own. I liked it too, for both of us. I could tell you preferred it, and I didn't need to hold back my tongue. Well, neither of us did. Oh, don't lie to me. You liked that as well, the back and forth. It reminded me of the old days. You didn't care what the students thought. You knew they couldn't say anything because of who you were, and you made the most out of it. Yes, you did. And you hated that I didn't do the same. Or perhaps you wanted me to think you hated it. If you say it's a lie, I won't press it anymore. But when we didn't have an audience, those were the times I enjoyed speaking with you. Because you weren't performing. When I would go to your room, or you would come to mine, and it was just the two of us, that's when I felt most like myself. What? You're actually admitting it now. See, I knew it. From back then, I knew it. I don't know, it was a feeling. And I observed you when we were around other people. Even though you did as you liked, and you didn't care as much, you still cared a little, didn't you? Because no matter what, they would report to your mother. And who would I report to? No one. I would like to think you were safe with me. Am I giving myself too much credit? I think if you managed to sleep around me, you must have felt pretty safe. It doesn't matter if it didn't happen often, it still happened. If I was exhausting to you, you would have left. But no, you stole my bed, and I could do nothing but sit at my desk and study, or draw. Why didn't you ask to swap rooms if my bed was more comfortable? I'll give you that. The view from your room was magnificent. It still is. This view is indescribable. You're used to seeing it, but not living it. Beyond those hills to the south is Mirtheld and Norwood, and I would assume you just ride past it. And beyond the Hello Sea, more than I can dream of. It's a shame. Whoever wins will likely never see that dream. I'll do well by my family. I have a duty, even if I don't want it. If I wasn't chosen to rule, I might properly train to be a curer. It runs in the family. My mother knows a lot, but she isn't a curer. My uncle is, though, and he was taught by my grandmother. She was known as the best, apparently. He said that people from all over wanted her remedies, wanted to be treated by her. Even the nobles, if you can believe it, journeying all the way to Terran Hill. The nobles probably didn't want to talk about it, or be seen as desperate enough to go to some impoverished village to beg a lowly woman for help. But anyway, before the trials, before any of this, I was set to explore the world, live it, help where I could, but mostly, while I learned more about herbology, I wanted inspiration for my art. And I can find it anywhere. Reveal beauty that others object. Elicit thoughts that challenge one's identities and beliefs. I want people to immerse themselves, to feel something novel. But when we were in the cave, when my knowledge was tested unlike it had ever been, I realized how important it was. Grinding the right herbs, combining certain properties for the type of wound, knowing the quantities. My mind was reeling. I had never felt such unbridled fear that your life was literally in my hands, and I tried so hard to steady them. It was overwhelming. I couldn't allow you to see it. At that time, I needed to be strong. For you, for Aetheron, for myself. And then, when I saw you on the mend, when Shiketi said what he did about my healing, it was like the sun shone for the first time on my life. I felt proud of myself, truly proud, for the first time. What I knew saved your life. And I don't think there's anything more rewarding than that. Thank you. I could have done better, but in the moment, I think I did all right. Obviously, I would do better than you. I've studied it. But I'm sure once you've read about it, you would do fairly decently. That's me being generous. Yes, I have to have something over you, after all. How else are we to one-up each other? You did the same, it wasn't just me. And you were much louder about what you knew I couldn't best you at. You wanted everyone to know. Have you ever thought I showed you that I liked beating you at things because I knew how you'd react? No, I wasn't manipulating you. I'd like your reaction more than the actual win. Because I don't know. I was the only one who could. And that made me want to do it more. And yet, the fact you still talked to me even though I annoyed you says more about you than it does me. Even if you don't want to admit it. If you say so, my Earis. Well, I best be off. I'll leave you to rest. I'm going to the library. There's still so much I have to read. What about you? Oh, for what? Aren't you still too injured to train with Halamar? Ah, I see. He might know some things that could help. Still, don't push yourself. Because it'll be bad for you, not me. Train with Halamar all you want, but listen to your body. The last thing you need is to make yourself worse. It doesn't matter whether or not you're my opponent. Right now, I'm speaking to you as a friend. Or at the very least, a concerned citizen. Well, yes, you defended me, so how could I possibly see you as anything less than a friend? And you fought well. You're a tenacious opponent. I'm fine with being the annoying friend. Adjectives are much easier to change. The noun can come later. I suppose we'll see what adjectives and nouns you end up using for me. I'm not that bothered at the moment. I quite like what I have. Then make it bother me. Have fun trying. I'll see you later.
And they don't even have the common courtesy to repay the favor when I need it most. What insolent people. They won't budge. I brought Shyless to tell them about your mind state, and I didn't have her say anything confidential, just a brief summary. Your mentality is fine, they didn't question it. She was there to support Brelvik's position as the chief curer and what the Spindling fight did to you. No, they could never question your weakness, and they didn't. But the wound still hurts, doesn't it? Exactly. And I know it is. And you've been taking the medication? On time, too? Good. I wanted them to at least postpone this trial, but they refused. Apparently, no trials have been. Ever. And they don't want to break that tradition now. They reiterated how, in the real world, challenges appear that are out of our control, and part of the trials is to see how contenders deal with those obstacles. And I understand that. Ruling is no stroll in the garden. It's a struggle, of all kinds. Then I brought up Ilion, and how I needed to interfere. But they said that was beyond the trials because it was considered treason. Ilion. I believe he's still locked away, waiting for his execution. I can't remember when the date is, though. Why do you ask that? Oh, you're sweet. The last time I saw Brelvik was a couple of days ago. It's the usual, the same herb concoction, but he's trying out an experimental method he heard used in Liseti Darlai. Oh, what did he call it? Memorians? Something like that. Apparently it's quite effective. I've only just started, so not yet. The haze is still there, but I'm hopeful. And I must work to clear it for you. I failed you when you needed to succeed. But for this, I believe in you. Trust yourself. All right, guard your wound. You shouldn't need to, but at this stage, do not underestimate your opponent, no matter how much you think you know them.
It's more than technique now. It's about learning and practice. I don't know how they're going to score this, but pay attention to rules.
I'll try.
No, don't try. Do.
My Iris, Your Eminence.
Afternoon. The trial of combat is finally here, but we all expected it, didn't we?
Yes. I'm pleased that they didn't choose an audience this time. I'd much rather have this trial private.
I agree. Before it was all about display, wasn't it? And entertainment. I wouldn't be able to concentrate with thousands of people cheering.
Maybe that was part of the trial. Focusing, despite the distraction. But at least here, the verdict is kept within the walls without speculation elsewhere. Before you know it, the people would have made a decision for themselves.
And that is best avoided.
Yes, it is.
Excuse me, Your Eminence, Sire Nira. The judges are ready for the next trial to begin.
Thank you, Argil. We'll leave in a moment. Remember what I told you.
Perfect. Adapt.
Listen to your body.
Watch.
I will.
And remember
It's
what
more
you've done
than
before.
strength.
You're
You've
a
put in the
warrior.
work, so make sure you use it.
I know.
I'll be waiting in the garden. Do you think this will be the last trial?
I'm not sure. The judges don't tell me much about the process.
I'm surprised. They don't tell me either, though. I suppose that's expected. We won't be impartial about anything.
Not where our children are.
You look prepared for a good fight. I'm not used to this uniform, but I'll make it work. It suits you. This will be one of the only times I'll look like a fighter. Looking like one and being one are completely different. Yes, we shall see soon. How are you? Really? And what about your wound? How's that been? Well, that's good. Well, hopefully the Chief Curer knows what he's doing. It sounds like it anyway, if you can't feel it. Now I don't have to worry about holding back. Ah, so confident. Well, maybe you're right. Maybe, no matter how much practice I put in, you'll always be the better fighter. But arrogance might win against you today. You never know. I don't need to wish. I just want a fair but challenging fight against a worthy opponent. For the fight, yes, you're worthy. But truth be told, I'm slightly nervous. Because I know you're good. You always have been. And overall, after the previous trials, you're a good contender too. Well, the debates... I still think I beat you on that. But you were good. I'm still in disbelief about what happened with Ilian, though. Oh, the whole treason thing. And they managed to find another accomplice. I don't know how many there still are, but that waiter who served us, the one you teased, do you remember? Apparently, from what my mother told me, he was only appointed as staff soon after the contention began. And guess who was his mother's first consort? Ilian. Mother said their deaths were clean but brutal. They died about a week before we returned. Yes, my mother saw it. She said the Queen was there too. Oh, she didn't tell you? Oh. Well, now you know. There's been talk of the Ghazi line being involved because of some history they have together, but it's circumstantial at best right now. This is it. Are you nervous? Well, if you were, I'd have to rethink everything. You better not hold back. Good. This will definitely be a fight to remember. If they don't give us actual weapons, that is. And before, that's how it used to be, remember? A literal process of elimination. But you're right. They won't dare hurt the Eminence's only child. Well, good luck. Thank you. May the best fighter win.
Welcome to your next trial, my Earis, Zaros. As you now know, this is a trial of combat. A chance to display your strength, discipline, and perseverance to its fullest. For the judges who haven't yet met him, this is Halamar, only one of 3 fighters in Ariand to be given the title Haisari Master. He will preside over the fight and explain what to expect. If you will.
Thank you, Sile Exalter. Good afternoon, judges. And afternoon to the Earis and Sal Zaros. This will be a battle with only one objective: to win over your opponent. There will be no draw. There will be no yield. Instead, I will be acting as a silent referee to make sure this is a safe fight. But the contenders will strike to kill. Each side has access to their own set of identical weapons. They have been weighed and measured for fairness, and have been placed in the same order. They are non-lethal, but all weapon tips have been dyed with a black color to see where the fighters have been hit. All fighting styles are allowed, but head strikes are prohibited. There will be no time limit until I call the match. Is that understood?
Yes.
Choose your first weapons. This is the only time you will be given grace to think. Once the fight begins, you can change, but there will be no pause. Go to the center and ready yourselves. Once the bell sounds, begin.
I'm not taking it easy on you. You're relentless. Maybe I have to worry. But he never said we couldn't talk. Are you struggling? Say I was struggling after you lose.
Time.
I'm wondering if you wanted me on the floor that badly.
Both of you, rise.
Keep my mouth shut, as ordered. Iris.
Raise both arms straight and turn slowly so the judges can see the strikes to your uniform. Thank you. That was a fight well fought. You may leave.
You put up quite the fight. I'm sore all over. It didn't even last long. What? No comeback? Hello? After all this time, you're actually giving me the silent treatment. Wow. I can't wait to have a hot bath after this. Why did I do what? What? No, I didn't let you win. You won fair and square. We both knew you would, so why are you so upset about it? Were you wide open? I didn't notice. Maybe you underestimated yourself. If you thought it was too easy, maybe I'm just that bad. I'm not a fighter, remember? I haven't trained as long as you have, and I only wanted to start since the trials began. I've had months. You've had years. Iris, let's be honest. Both of us knew I had no chance. You managed to beat Halamar in a duel, a Haisari master. I tried a little to win. How do you still have so much strength? I am telling you the truth. Am I lying? I think the matter is who lied first. Because your lie is right here. I'm only touching your waist. Don't throw a tantrum. You never noticed, did you? The adrenaline of the fight must have masked it. I saw it earlier. Just before you guarded and tackled me. The fabric is turning dark here. You should get your wound looked at before it gets infected. Well fought, my Iris. It was nice to see that side of you again. Excuse me. I need to bathe and meet my mother.